Vola angwela o veteranu ako itabua. Ako do talitay na barong na Bula FM nambando na sir.
Bula, alang gono ilutoka do talita ka ng Bula FM berarti ni nambando na sir.
Ni Bula binaka, nanreke ngo sa Bula FM nga. Na kasi.
Nalang go sa mundo atibyo ng Bula FM nambando na sir nusur.
Ni Bula binaka. Nalang go Jerry yang melambasa. Do barong na Bula FM nambando.
Bula FM nambando na sir.
In the news tonight, police could opt for taser help. Alleged police attackers front court. A new session of Parliament opened.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spade.
The Fiji Police Force is considering the use of taser guns as non-lethal protection for policemen and women. Police Commissioner Brigadier General Siti Veningilio confirms they will remain unarmed. However, following repeated attacks and threats, they are exploring the advantages of taser guns. Edwin Nund reports.
Violent attacks and threats against police officers are at an unprecedented level.
That's part and parcel of the job, the risks that we have to go through. But they didn't sign up for this to be punching bags for people.
We need to respect the laws of the country. That is the responsibility of every Fijian, every citizen of this country.
Taser guns are used by law enforcement agencies around the world, but the Fiji Police Force isn't rushing into any decisions.
We are looking at it. We have to go through that meticulous study of things. We don't want to use it and be accused that we probably lost the life of a person because of the use of tasers. So we're looking at that, and the information that's coming in is encouraging.
The police commissioner is also upset that sections of society which are quick to criticize police for being heavy-handed have shown no condemnation for attacks on his officers. This, he says, could be an indication of the level of support that the police have from the public.
Ever since we lost Constable Suta and all these incidents, nobody except government has come out to speak in support of the police. Nobody whatsoever. Nobody sent us a condolence message. Nobody thought about the poor police officers and police women out there looking after them.
Police officers are provided batons and pepper spray, but batons are now considered inhumane and excessively violent. Edwin Nund, FBC News.
5 people charged with serious assault for allegedly assaulting police officers on Sunday afternoon have been remanded in custody. The 2 men and 3 women were produced in the Nausori Magistrates Court today. 28-year-old Mikaele Wangatairewa has been charged with 1 count of disobedience of lawful order, 1 count of serious assault, 3 counts of damaging property, and 1 count of resisting arrest. 24-year-old Choelin Damudamu, 26-year-old Makereta Tunasinga, 20-year-old Siterin Dinawai, and 43-year-old Rudy Silita have all been charged with 1 count of disobedience of lawful order and 1 count each of serious assault. Prosecution strongly objected to bail on the grounds that it is a serious offence, as an officer was injured and some of the accused had pending cases in court. The case will be recalled in the Nausori Magistrates Court at 9 a.m. on Friday. Meanwhile, 14 men alleged to have been involved in the attack against police officers have been further remanded in custody by the Nausori Magistrates Court. Samisoni Ralulu, Sekove Naitioko, Penioni Ndirikimbao, Choeli Rambuka, Levi Singa, Chosevata Yangona, Aparosa Tadange, Tome Sikau, Nate Yava, Pitangauna, Peniasi Dangini Wanga Imbao, Josiah Yalo Vingao, Josevan Dovutuisao, and Abel Williams have been charged with various offences, including common nuisance, disobedience of lawful order, serious assault and criminal intimidation, and obstructing a police officer. The magistrate has given time to all the 14 accused to seek legal aid assistance and to file formal bail applications. The matter will be called again in the Nausori Magistrates Court at 9 a.m. on Friday. 2 people have been electrocuted in the past 3 weeks. Energy Fiji Limited Chief Executive Hasmukh Patel says carelessness and ignorance of the EFL Safety Act contributed to the deaths. Koroi Tandolalo reports.
At a press conference in Suva today, EFL's chief executive said a Year 10 student was electrocuted a few weeks ago by a faulty extension cord.
A Form 4 student, a female student, she passed away while she was using an extension cord to connect a washing machine. The first one using an extension cord that was damaged, and she came into contact with live parts of the extension cord.
In a recent case, a 5-year-old boy was electrocuted while attending a function with his family over the weekend. EFL established that the 5-year-old was playing in a compound in Akasi when his foot came into contact with an iron pipe which had become electrified.
Due to the inclement weather conditions that prevailed over the weekend, there were some heavy winds as well, gusty winds. So because the roofing iron had not been tied down, it started to fly. And in the process, it flew up and it contacted our low voltage power line, with the other end still on the roof.
Police confirmed the boy was later taken to the Barnaby Health Center in Makoi, Nasinu, for treatment. Meanwhile, police are currently investigating the matter. Koroy Tandulala, FBC News.
A new parliament session has begun, with the president this morning laying out the legislative agenda for the coming year. As part of his opening address, the president, Major General retired Chiochi Konrote, reminded members of parliament to serve all Fijians and not to become entangled in the political football, benefiting the few over the many. Maggie Boyle reports.
An inclusive Fiji, the president says, has come full circle this year with civic pride in abundance.
During the hashtag Our Constitution Challenge this past September. To every Fijian who took part, thank you for making the challenge such an enormous success by sharing what you love about our Fijian Constitution.
While commending the government's 10th year of consecutive growth, the president also reminded MPs of their purpose in the House.
You're not here to guard your political fortunes or make theatre out of political discourse. You are each here to serve as guardians of every Fijian's well-being, no matter which side of the chamber you sit.
He also highlighted some key pieces of legislation that are expected to set the benchmark for the rest of the world.
Such as the Climate Change Act. This historic piece of legislation builds on Fiji's global climate leadership by building our resilience to climate impacts at home, preserving the health of our oceans and marine resources, and reducing our own emissions.
The president also clear that the work of parliament will serve not only today's Fijians, but her future generations.
A simple yet profound message from 5-year-old Pamela, 6-year-old Jemima, and 7-year-old Seruaya from the Turangai View family, which reads, right? Our favorite part of our Constitution is on the rights of children because we are protected, cared for and empowered to become good Fiji citizens.
Parliament will sit from Monday for the week to respond to the president's address. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Up ahead, no increase in measles cases and discussions held on how to better Pacific elections. Details after the break.
Hi, Bula. I'm Selai from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, my name is Sotiama here in Ba. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, I'm Miri. I'm from Lotoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Hi, my name is Fiona from Tavua and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, I'm Ini from Rakiraki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic.
There have been 4 confirmed cases of measles since the announcement of an outbreak in Wailali Settlement, Wainandoi last week. Head of Health Protection, Dr. Alicia Sahukan, says the cases are linked and investigation is underway to determine whether the 4 patients came in contact with any international travellers. Dr. Sahukan says 95% of the population in Wainandoi and the Serua Namosi subdivision has been vaccinated so far. She says they have enough vaccine available to be used in response to the outbreak. Health officials are advising parents that children need to receive at least 2 doses of the measles vaccine to strengthen their immunity.
Because we offer 2 doses of vaccines to children every year, that means we have to have in stock at least close to 50,000 vaccines just for that routine vaccination. We have also brought in additional stock of vaccination, so in addition to the routine vaccine, we have about 90,000 doses in stock.
Challenges to successfully carrying out elections will be a thing of the past for Melanesian countries, says Amena Yavoli, Director General of the Melanesian Spearhead Group. Yavoli is optimistic this will be achieved with the inaugural Melanesian Spearhead Group members' election management bodies conference. Josai Nanunga reports the Fijian Elections Office is hosting the conference. That includes electoral representatives from Papua New Guinea, the Solomons, Vanuatu and Fiji.
MSG Director General Amena Yavoli says the collaboration between Melanesian countries is vital to strengthening our electoral system.
And this is one of the operational measures that we are putting together from the Secretariat perspectives through our governance and legal affairs program to strengthen the electoral governance process in Melanesia. So the meeting today is an inaugural meeting. It's historic because at sub-regional level it's much easier to coordinate and strengthen our processes, our linkages.
Supervisor of Elections Mohammed Sanim highlighted that this is a platform to fortify our electoral systems and processes, as well as to expand networking opportunities with external stakeholders.
For the Fijian Elections Office, participating in this forum is to fortify our processes, to see to the transparency of our processes, and also to adopt and adapt some of the processes that other EMBs use for their logistics, for their awareness programs.
So it's a 2 days meeting, and I'm really looking forward to an outcome that will look at a strategy, some principles that will bind them, that will govern them together.
The 2 days inaugural Melanesian Spearhead Group Election Management Bodies Conference is a great platform to share knowledge and past elections experiences in an effort to improve the way we Melanesian countries carry out elections in the near future. Josai Nanunga, FBC News.
Turning overseas, there has been strong debate by some of Australia's top politicians over the link between the current deadly bushfires in New South Wales and climate change. Prime Minister Scott Morrison has criticised people for drawing comparisons between the two. And staying overseas, a pro-Beijing supporter has been set on fire as violence flared up during demonstrations in Hong Kong. The man was arguing with protesters who are demanding greater democracy in the territory with Hong Kong, warning protesters won't get their demands. And it's business time now with Koroi.
Thank you, Jackie. Coming up after the break, Boeing works on MAX jet fleets. And in growing Fiji, real estate works on improvement goals. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Shamiza. And I'm Salma. We're from Nandi and we love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
My name is Rajnita Lata and I'm from Vatulalo और हम सब मिर्ची FM सुनता है because it's hot.
Hi, my name is Vinita. I'm from Lambasa. I love listening to Mirchi FM. It's #1.
हमारा नाम सागर रेड्डी है। हम लोग स्कूल में, हम लोग घर में और कहीं भी रहता हम लोग कल मिर्ची FM सुनता। गौल टाउन तावा में मिर्ची FM दागो मामा।
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Boeing hopes to resume deliveries of its 737 MAX jet to airlines in December and win regulatory approval to restart commercial service with the plane in January. These, as Boeing shares rose overnight, the company spelled out several steps it needs to complete before the grounded plane can carry passengers again. Pilot training has emerged as a key issue around the plane's return and as an area where Boeing failed when it introduced the plane in 2017. The timetable the company has laid out would allow it to generate cash by delivering planes even before the Federal Aviation Administration approves new training material for pilots. Boeing's expectations around the timing of the MAX's return have proven too optimistic many times before. Even after the FAA approves a training regimen, airlines will need time to retrain pilots. They also plan to conduct flights, likely with executives and reporters on board, to demonstrate to the public that the plane is safe. And it's time now to join Sanifa for the latest from the money markets.
Let's review the trading statistics on the SPX for last week. Trading was active as the exchange saw more than 120,000 shares traded in 105 transactions. The total consideration was more than $241,000. Fijian Holdings Limited accounted for 35% of the total volume traded. 9 listed entities recorded trades, 6 with share price changes. Amalgamated Telecom Holdings Limited shares moved up by 1 cent, ending the week at $2.92. Communications Fiji Limited shares also rose a cent and closed off at $6.18. FMF Foods increased a cent and closed at $2.12, and Kontiki Finance shares were also up by 1 cent, closing at $1.19. Meanwhile, Paradise Beverages shares rose 25 cents to end the week at $15.05. Fijian Holdings rose 2 cents to close at $1.75. The overall market capitalization rose by 0.42%, ending the week at $3.68 billion. That's a wrap from our local stock market. Vinaka.
Here are today's exchange rates as set this morning. The on-again, off-again chance of a US-China tariff agreement continues to confuse the market. Our dollar was on the rise against the Chinese yuan and the Australian dollar, but showed minor declines against the other currencies we cover. The commodities market was down. Oil dropped to $56 per barrel. Gold was down at $1,455 per ounce, and silver closed down at $16.85 per ounce. A national real estate conference will be held this month with the aim of expanding and improving the real estate industry. Real Estate Licensing Board Chair Dr. Abdul Hassan says the conference serves as a platform for RealB to educate the agents and salespersons so that they operate ethically. Kritika Kumar reports.
The RealB believes education and awareness is one way agents and salespeople can broaden their understanding of the real estate issues.
Now, we've seen in the past there is a lot of benefits of having all the agents, salesperson, other stakeholders together to share their views, and of course we'll have a number of speakers.
RealB Chair Dr. Abdul Hassan says activities in the sector needs to be controlled.
Real estate is a growing industry in Fiji, and it's a sector which very much contribute to the development of our country. And as we know that in the last 4 or 5 years there has been a lot of development taking place.
RealB Compliance and Monitoring Officer Vinal Singh says solutions will also be discussed to address the increasing illegal activities in the sector.
Some of our real estate agents are allowing their salesperson to engage the services of unlicensed salesperson and agent to conduct real estate. And currently there are 2 cases which is before the board.
The RealB intends to build a strong relationship with key stakeholders in terms of information sharing to make the industry more vibrant and sustainable. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
That's it from Business Tonight. Sports is up next with Jamie.
Vinaka Kuroy, and good evening in Sports Tonight. Fiji brace for Barbarians. And more worry for some Fiji futsal players in New Caledonia. This and more coming up.
Navango merea maramani waya manatuya sawa wetikitutunde nandi ya ndo marata kana varonga na Radio Fiji 1.
Yawa asna vatili yawa mara Monica. Tondo varonga vale bunar domai biti lambasa.
Bula nadango aprosla ngarse ngor kraki do televio no varonga na Radio Fiji 1 na domai biti. Nadango tsani bukia ngoni na mosi ando taleta kana varonga na Radio Fiji 1 na domai biti so.
Radio Fiji 1 na domai.
A majority of the 60 new players in the Flying Fijian squad should make their debut against the Barbarians this weekend. Over 50,000 fans are expected to watch the Flying Fijians in action at Twickenham on Sunday. A few of them also turned up to watch the national squad hold their first training run in Lansbury, England. Mosese Walker, Frank Lomani, Roni Maui and Ratu Veramalua Vungakoto are the only players that were part of the recent Rugby World Cup. Current Clermont coach Frank Azima has been hinted to take over from John McKee as Flying Fijians coach. This as Clermont could be in the market for a new head coach by the end of the season, according to a report in French rugby newspaper Midi Olympique. When asked if he would continue as Fiji's head coach after the World Cup, McKee questioned the reasoning for him to step down. Fiji suffered a shock defeat to Uruguay at the Rugby World Cup after going down in a spirited effort against Australia and beat Georgia before losing to Wales in their final game. Although Azima is under contract until 2023 with Clermont, Media Olympic says that the club is willing to listen to offers from the Fiji Rugby Union. The Ndaveta Rugby Club has defended their Ablet Sevens title in Singapore. Captain and Fiji Mbati rep Luke Nandurutalo guided Ndaveta to a 19-17 victory in the final against Ponsonby of New Zealand. Another Mbati rep, Maika Tunravu, was also instrumental in the win for Ndaveta. With 2 minutes left on the clock, Ndaveta was trailing 5-17 before scoring 2 converted tries to seal the win. Students from Taveuni are geared up for the annual Chao Games, which begin in 2 days, making their return after 4 years to redeem themselves at the biggest primary schools athletics meet in the country. Taveuni team manager Williame Serukambakoro says they are here ready to compete. Sabe Wanga with the story.
The return of Taveuni to the Chao Games has been a success story for these athletes.
The motivational factor was that now that they have a chance to come to the national meet, because after 4 years, then they'll have another chance to come. So we told our athletes, you're lucky to come this year, because after another 4 years then, probably.
Serukambakoro says they have a total of 72 athletes taking part with a mission to achieve medals for Taveuni.
We have prepared well. We know that national meet is not that easy. But we are coming with the hope of getting some medals back to the island.
Meanwhile, Chao Games ambassador Mbanuve Tambakodoro says the support of parents and teachers is crucial for these young athletes.
All of these things, it comes down to the control of the parents, what they're going to be talking about with the kids, even the teachers. This time is very crucial for them as well. You can't be upsetting them, because that will hinder their performance as well.
18 districts with more than 1,700 athletes are set to take part this weekend. The 2019 Chao Games begin on Friday, with the final set to be held on Saturday at the ANZ Stadium in Suva. Saviwanga, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Volleyball Federation is working closely with the sports regional body for the construction of 2 international beach volleyball courts. This is part of Fiji's preparation to host Phase 1 of the Continental Cup. Aquila Dama with the details.
Hosting an international beach volleyball tournament is quite challenging, especially when you start from scratch to get the courts in shape.
At this current stage, we are constructing 2 international beach volleyball courts at Uprising Beach Resort, plus a warm-up training court. So that'll give us full capacity to host the planned 9 countries, 16 teams coming to the event next month.
Fiji Volleyball President Linganguki Suva says they are fortunate to have Uprising Beach Resort for this tournament.
In terms of the groundwork, we're very fortunate to have Uprising Beach Resort on board. We shared their vision, we shared what the organization stands for, and they very much acknowledge and want to be part of the journey. So
the ultimate aim for teams such as Fiji in the tournament is Olympic qualification.
Importantly, if you come first, you go straight to the finals in May, June next year. If you come second, you go to a semi-final which will be played in Asia in February, March. So it's very important that you get in those top 2 placings if you want to have a shot in participating in the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo.
The Continental Cup tournament will be held at Uprising Beach Resort in Pacific Harbour from the 11th to the 14th of next month. Aquila Dama, FBC Sports.
National para-athlete Yosefo Rakesa will try to establish himself in the javelin event at the Dubai World Para-Athletics Championship today. This follows his 7th place finish at the shot put over the weekend, where he recorded a new personal best of 9.82 meters. According to coach Albert Miller, who is with him in Dubai, Rakesa can do better in the shot put, but he is also hoping the Tongo villager from Game Island in Taveuni can put in a much improved performance in the javelin event. The Fiji futsal team held back in New Caledonia over concerns they had contracted measles is scheduled to arrive back next Monday, but one worry still remains for them. Fiji FA Vice President Jiten Reddy says players who are part of the Suva Futsal Association fear that on their return there won't be much time to apply for visas to New Zealand for the Pacific Cup. Reddy says while the players remain in New Caledonia, the Fijian community is assisting them with applying for New Zealand visas there.
Through the efforts of
our fellow Fijians in New Caledonia, Damu Singh and Tomu Singh. They are here to take the boys out to the New Zealand Immigration Office in Noumea to see if they can apply for their visas from here. So hopefully things turn out right and the visas are processed from here so that they are able to go and play in New Zealand later on.
Broncos Rugby League star David Fifita arrived in Brisbane this morning after being released from a Bali jail. Fifita was detained for 2 nights after he allegedly assaulted a security guard, although the forward insists it was an accident. Now to our play of the day, an extraordinary end to Freiburg's 1-0 win over Frankfurt in the German Bundesliga on Sunday. Already leading, Freiburg successfully defended a stoppage-time Frankfurt corner when Frankfurt captain David Abraham barged over opposition coach Christian Streich as he was trying to retrieve the ball near the touchline. Streich went flying, and at the same time both benches emptied to start a brawl. That's it from Sports Tonight. In new media after the break, a look at different ways to shop on Instagram. That's coming up.
रहता है। हमारा नाम उमेश कुमार, हम रहता है लेबू और रेडियो फिजी में हरदम सुनता है। बहुत पुराना गाना लगे और बहुत रोचक सुनता है, बहुत अच्छा लगे हमको।
उमेश चंद्रा और कांता चंद्रा हमारा वाइफ है। हम लोग रेडियो फिजी 2 बहुत सुंदर से सुनता है, बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम, नंबर 1 रेडियो।
कुमार स्वामी नायक है, गोंगवा लेबू लटोका। रेडियो फिजी 2 में पुराना गाना लगे, हमें बहुत अच्छा लगे।
कुमार नकाफी में रहता है, रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनता है।
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
What do you use your Instagram app for? How about a little bit of shopping? If not sure, have a look and pick up tips from B60. Angie joins us now with the latest from weather.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Hope you're well and adjusting to daylight saving after the long weekend. The conditions were rainy and not so appealing, so I can picture how you walked around and adjusted your weekend plans. Anyways, looking over to the west, it was quite rainy. The afternoon saw some clouds. The evening will have some more showers. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, cloudy and wet. There are patches of clouds moving in, which may result in some showers together with thunderstorms. And up north, it stayed mostly cloudy with a shower or two. At sea, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas. For the tides, low tide at 1:47 a.m. with high tide at 7:55 a.m. Sunrise will be at 6:22. Now looking at tomorrow, unfortunately, you will still have to carry your umbrellas as this rain is slow moving. Tomorrow's temps, all centers will remain in the low 30s. And looking further on to Thursday, light showers will be in the picture, but nothing extreme. So enjoy your short week. And that's all the weather from the Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fijian Pulse, we asked, what is your take on the new name and shame route taken by the LTA?
A good move by LTA to track down drivers.
I believe it's a good move for LTA. This to reduce reckless drivers.
Yeah, that's a good move of LTA. There's some drivers, actually, the young drivers like that. They do those kind of things.
To move by LTAs for taxi drivers who continue to disobey road rules.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, so are you one of those who likes to do charity work? Well, experts say donating time over money may help you live longer. Recapping the main stories for tonight, police could opt for taser help. Alleged police attackers front court. A new session of Parliament opened. For these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. A poll question this week we're asking, Do you think there should be harsher penalties to those convicted of assaulting police officers? Visit our FBC website to answer. And our shot of the day, a gorgeous sunset at Nathandola Beach, was captured by Navin Prasad. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, via Facebook page FBC News, our Twitter page at FBC_news or hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe, warm and dry. Good night.
Hi, I'm Shamiza. And I'm Salma. We're from Nandi and we love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
My name is Rajnita Lata and I'm from Vatula Lobak. और हम सब मिर्ची FM सुनता है because it's hot. Hi, my name is Vinita. I'm from Lambasa. I love listening to Mirchi FM. It's number 1.
हमारा नाम सागर रेड्डी है. हम लोग स्कूल में, हम लोग घर में और कहीं भी रहता हम लोग खाली मिर्ची FM सुनता. गौल टाउन तावा में मिर्ची FM दागो मामा.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.